Movies, and more movies. Martin, we got 2 more movies to do this evening. Oh, you know, Martin, we often come out and we don't agree all the time on these films. We don't. No, we don't. Believe it or not, even after all these years, we do not agree on everything. There was a little ditty back in the day called Neighbors.
That's right.
Had one of my man crush in there, Zac
Efron.
I'd start to say Zack Snyder. No, Zac Efron.
And you love that movie.
And I love Seth Rogen too. I wouldn't say love, that might be a little strong.
No, man, you fucking love that movie.
Now you stop telling me. I get that movie matinee. I enjoyed that film.
That's love from you.
Yeah, you were loving it. You begrudgingly gave it a matinee. You're like, well, I suppose I did find a couple flaws in it, but they don't really mean that much, but I guess I got to give it a matinee.
Hey, y'all gonna say, Korey, look at his... I say,
about to get my angry bird on your ass. Shut up! But I enjoyed it very much.
Very, very much.
Now, I'm exaggerating, but I enjoyed it. But Martin, here's the thing. Maybe we disagree on how much my entertainment level was on that motion picture right there. But here's one thing that we do know, that sometimes sequels come out and they're not as good as the first, even things that I love. Love The Matrix. Did not like the second one. Could that be the case here, Martin?
Well, with comedy sequels, it almost never happens.
It's true. They tend to have
22 Jump Street is a rare exception.
It's very rare. That's because these movies, after they have a successful run with the first one, they kind of get lazy and they just
do a repeat of the same thing.
do a repeat. I mean, The Hangover just remade the movies.
Yeah.
Actually remade them worse.
Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2. But what about Neighbors? That fine picture right there. Look, maybe I don't like this as much, but I can tell you that they did try to change up some things a little bit. See, instead of having a fraternity that's moving next door, Martin, it's a sorority this time.
Whoa, they thought out of the box.
You see what they did right there? This sorority, they're started by a group of girls, Chloë Grace Moretz and her friends, because they found out that the Greek system is sexist. Say what? All these parties where it's been equal at the frats, you know, all the freedom that the girls have. You mean to tell me that the girls cannot throw a party of their own? And they get together and they say, well, we are going to buck the system and we are going to form our own frat just so we can party and party on our own terms. The problem is they're having a party in the same house that Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne got the frat out in the first movie. And now with a baby on the way and trying to sell that house and move on to something else, they can't do all that with these girls acting like goddamn fools next door. How are they going to get through here? Well, they get some unexpected help from Teddy, played by Zac Efron, who at first is with the girls until the girls say, no, you need to get your old creepy ass on us. You need to get your old 25-year-old creepy ass away from us. That's when he says, I can help you guys with experience.
I'm switching sides.
I'm switching sides. The thing with this movie right here is that, Martin, I like Seth Rogen. Because with Seth Rogen, I feel like Seth Rogen's comedies, they feel natural, man. Everybody feels like they're natural. Everybody feels relaxed with this comedy, mainly because, you know, they probably were smoking weed before they started rolling.
Yeah.
But if you watch like an Adam Sandler movie, Adam Sandler and his crew, they got their shtick. Somebody always has a goofy costume on, or somebody's got some weird accent. You know, somebody has a phrase they keep repeating over and over again.
Playing the ethnicity they are not.
Yes. There's that.
Some kind of odd affliction. Everybody else is weird, but Adam Sandler's
always the cool one. But with Seth Rogen, in his movies, you know, everybody seems to just kind of be down with this environment that they've created. It's a very, very good working environment that they've created on the set. The other reason why that works is not just because of the weed. It's because he picks people who know, at least in my opinion, who know how to kind of improvise. I mean, the friends are, these people are talented. And if you notice in a lot of these scenes that they do, he can let the cameraman just hold the camera, sit back, and let these actors do what they do, because he's confident that these people are really... That they can improvise well when the shot is going.
Tell me what's going on with your app, changing the world.
I meant to tell you, I enjoyed your TED Talk.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for watching.
You're so successful. Well, I mean, I'm still a cop, you know, which is not that bad. Not that bad. I mean, you know, it's a lot of rules now. We got to wear body cameras and all of that. I don't know why they gave me one. It's not like I'm going to shoot myself. But hey, I figured.
You know, I just thought that was a funny line. I wish I knew that brother's name, too, because he's been in a couple of movies I've seen him in. He's funny.
Look, if you can't beat him, join him.
What are you up to, man? How you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's what works.
Yeah.
You know,
They eliminated the shirtless models, so now I have to walk around in this monkey suit.
It looks like a really soft sweater.
Yeah, you know what else, too? I'm the oldest person there now by like 6 years. I had to cover for my boss, Mason, because he had to go to his prom. When did everyone in retail get so young?
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Actually, I live that shit all the time. So what you up to, Korey? I run a website. Really?
Like CNN, like you work there? Or no?
You mean like my nephew?
Yeah.
Who's in the 8th grade?
He has a YouTube channel. That's what you do.
Did you do the Angry Bird shit or something? Nah, man. It's you know, you can see how these guys are cool at working together. Now, somebody is listening to this and that's like saying, "Oh shit, Seth Rogen, this is a raunchy comedy, people. You know, it's a lot of cursing, it's a lot of gross out humor." And they saying, "Oh, raunchy comedy and Seth Rogen smoke a lot of weed and, you know, I mean, he's just like me. Oh, let me get my money. I'm going to go get my ticket right now to go watch this. Sit down. Sit down, because if you're that person that likes to sit back and you like to use that social justice warrior shit, calling people, using that label on everybody like that bullshit, or you're that person like, man, PCs run rampant. Oh, women whine about feminism and sexism. They get their way. The gays are getting their way. Then if you don't like that, and if that sounds like you might not like this movie right here, because it is a message movie. And the message is leaning very heavy on the feminism and the sexism. As I said, these are girls who do not want to be in the sexist Greek system. In the movie, that's the whole point of this film kind of being made, to make that statement. And for me, I don't mind a movie that has a message as long as they can make it funny. And believe me, they do kind of make it heavy-handed, but some of the things that they do with it, I thought that the writing was clever enough to be able to take that information and not feel like you're being beaten over the head with it.
A sorority that can party?
Kappa Nu.
What's wrong with fraternity parties?
Oh, what is it?
I mean, we threw great parties here. Pimps and hoes, CEOs and corporate hoes, Boise boys and Idahos.
They're like super sexist. Every party is like themed hoe.
I mean, oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yeah, I see your point.
Which the word hoe is really offensive because they only apply it to women. I was a hoe too back in the day. Shit, it's about time man take that word back.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it, I won't take it back. Cause I did this shit.
Martin even told me one day, he's like, man, you don't understand. You are a hoe. Not even a whore. You are a hoe.
I only said it because other women had said it to me about you. Damn. I was like, yeah, you got a point.
Shit, look at them hoes. Martin, like, that's offensive. I'm talking about Korey, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, as you can see, yeah, it's definitely making a statement. Not even trying to hide it. But it's a statement that the filmmakers believe in, I think.
Yeah,
like,
that comes through.
It's okay to have that message in there. It's okay to believe in that message. Where they managed to like make it work here is that no one in this movie is taking themselves seriously at all. It's a universe of dumbasses. You don't really root for one person over the other because they're all kind of silly. And when these people aren't taking themselves that seriously, it makes it able for you to like put your guard down and enjoy all these people just making fun of themselves.
I want to help you guys stop that sorority before it gets too late.
Really?
That's right. I'm switching sides.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool.
They have 15 individuals. They're not a cohesive unit. They don't understand the most important rule of sisterhood. There's no I in sorority.
Yeah, there is. There's two, actually.
There's just one.
No, that's a Y.
No in the middle.
That's an O.
Two I's straddling the Y. SORRIAYORITY.
What?
There's a U in there that you guys are all missing.
SORRIROITY.
Sorority?
That's how you spell it.
You think the titty is silent?
You know, Martin's like, I don't believe in this shit. Martin looking at me, Martin.
He was over here giggling, man.
Okay, I can't tell. See, I'm getting nervous because Martin, he's giving me so much shit for liking Neighbors. And I'm sitting up here praising this movie before it gets right. I can't tell if Martin is ready to just pounce on me or If you what? Oh, no.
He's salivating.
I know. They ain't give me that rapey look too.
Sorry about that.
Drooling and shit. Man, shit, you looking at me like I look at Zac Efron. But I have a lot of respect for this, and I know Martin thinks because I like the first movie, but as a sequel, again, like Angry Birds, they did a lot more with this than they really had to do. Martin, give me that hawk look right there. Yeah, I am done.
Are you finished or are you done?
No, you finished? Are you done? Hey, just respect my name.
Listen, man, I know how much you love the first Neighbors. I really didn't care for it all that much. I mean, it had some moments here and there, but for the most part, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. Even from the moment I saw the trailer. So I was not excited about seeing this either. And sure enough, this is much better.
Yes.
I actually agree with almost everything you said. I got lots of genuine laughs. I liked both sides of the argument. So it wasn't one of these things where I was like, wow, these assholes are irritating me. I was like, wow, you really see it from the girl's perspective to the point where I was kind of flipping sides, but I understood the couple. Like, look, we just need to sell our house. And if y'all weren't such young dumbasses, you would let us have this 30 days to get out of here and do this.
Right.
They were just fucking with us.
Like, we ask it nicely, please.
Like that was one of the best things I'd liked about the movie was with the first one. It was just like, all right, can y'all keep it down? Or we really have no reason to be mad outside of we just got a kid. Now it's like, can y'all please chill? We got to sell our house. This is millions of dollars on the line.
Exactly.
Oh, it's on now. I love the reaction. Like, what do you mean it's on?
I was like, no, nothing's on. No, it's on. Like, God damn it. I mean, they do make it so much of a just girls versus men and old people versus young.
Yeah,
they're able to keep both things going. I got lots of genuine laughs. I mean, look, the movie's not perfect. There's plenty of jokes that fall flat or kind of crudely, like, oh, you could have done better. But there's so many more that do work. And actually, one of the funniest things about this movie is that Ray does not think he looks like Dave Franco.
I was watching this the whole time. I'm like, that is Ray.
Oh my God! I was looking at this. I'm like, fucking Ray, man. Hey, we got a little Mexican here that works for us.
A little Mexican compared to the big Mexican.
I had to make that distinguishment right there. Compared to the big Mexican right there. But yeah, he looks just like Dave Franco. We tell him that. He even sounds like Dave Franco.
He's like, I don't see it.
Man, I don't really see it. You even sound like
that
him.
That first frame that came up, I'm like, that's Ray. I was looking for him in the theater. I'm like, he's got to be here. He's on the screen.
So if Ray is single now, so if any of you girls out there want a fucking imitation Dave Franco.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, newsflash. We stopped real quick.
Her phone is blowing up.
Oh, well, I'm not supposed to say that?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Thought I was doing him a favor, but Ray's looking like that right now. God damn it.
Now I gotta go marry dudes.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. I got a call. Oh, it's back on. It's back on. Okay. Good for Ray. Yeah. Fuck you, Korey.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Me and Mark were like, what?
Eugene's on his computer right now.
So you just giving it away, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, yes, Martin, continue.
Dave Franco looks and sounds just like Ray, except with lighter colored hair. But one of the best things about it, I mean, so much of it is good. Just even watching those clips reminded me of how good Zac Efron is in this movie.
You goddamn right.
I mean, but he's really good at playing a realistic, stupid guy who's not completely dumb, but there's little things that like just common knowledge that everybody knows and that he just doesn't know, like how to spell that particular word. Not how to spell everything. He's smart about a lot of things. But also just he's that guy who's like his development didn't catch up with everybody else. He's still left behind.
You don't feel like he's stupid. You just feel like he's ignorant.
Yeah, he's ignorant. Yeah,
he just didn't learn.
But you know what? There's another part in the movie where like that whole scene we're talking about. I'm working retail still. They actually explain why he's working retail.
They pick up so many things from the other movie and other things that didn't work for me in the other movie. It's almost like it was as if somebody talked to me when I came out of the first Neighbors and said, well, I don't know, what did you like about it? And actually wrote it down and addressed it here. Yeah, they explain why he's working retail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty funny because you're like, well, man, you did do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. You brought that shit on yourself. But go ahead, Mr. Goodwin.
First and foremost, I like to give an apology to Martin because I know there was a time in here, I think it was the fourth or fifth wave, when we talked about how you didn't like Chloë Grace Moretz.
Yeah.
She is a horrible actress.
I thought she was better in this.
I hated her in this. It was so many times she's like, we're gonna go out and get crunk, and we're gonna get stupid and weed.
Well, that was the character, man.
No, she can't pull that off. We're like, it's bad, man. She can't. She's trying to be a bad girl and be a rebel, and we know she's not. Like, she can't pull that off. When she's got to play quirky characters or badass characters, she nails it.
I thought that was the joke here, that she was a girl who could not pull that off. Even my dad was like, why the fuck you talking like that?
Nah, man. The way she was pulling off, I was just like, you're trying way too hard to be something you're not, and it's bad. But outside of that, I agree with you and Martin, because I feel like this movie was way better than the first one. I can't remember a lot of the parts of it, but I remember coming out of the first one and not liking it at all. Yeah. Like, I want to say, if I had to give it a rating, it'd be some old bullshit. But yeah, that's how I feel about that movie.
Word, that's how you feel.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Taking that shit from you. You're gonna take my movie from me.
Oh, it's on now.
Korey versus Korey. But no, like, one of the things I really enjoyed about this movie is it was one of the same things they did with Angry Bird. It did move at a really frantic pace. You didn't have a lot of time to think about what was happening. Yeah. There were a lot more hit jokes than there were misses, which I've really enjoyed about this. And my favorite thing that they did with this movie is they kept it short and sweet. Yeah. This movie was only like an hour and 24 minutes or something like that, so it wasn't even like crazy long. Yeah. I believe Seth Rogen's characters and Rose Byrne's characters more, because they actually felt like adults, and when they called them the old people, I was like, all right, I can get down with that.
And her comic timing, Rose Byrne,
it was much better this time.
Yes, she has grown as a comedic actress over the years, and I thought she was very funny in this.
She was.
At the end of the day, man, I think they improved on a lot of the stuff that they did in the first Neighbors, and they were actually bringing in some, I think, better writing. They actually, again, got Zac Efron right. They didn't go for the easy out with jokes. They actually either brought it back in occasionally, or they went the route where it's just going to be kind of an underlying theme. And I really enjoyed that part. So it really felt like the writing was a lot better in this.
Yeah, I like that these girls, in the trailer, they show them all in bikinis and being all sexy, but these girls ain't really that sexy, man.
They're average girls.
They're average girls. They're a bunch of slobs. I mean, they sit up there with hoodies on, they smoke weed all day, got their hand in their crotch.
I love that Asian girl, man.
Oh, that Asian girl in there, man. Yeah, there's an Asian chick in here who's funny as hell. I mean, it's when you look at it, you're like, man, these girls are real girls, and you really side for them, and you don't. And the movie makes you feel guilty for sexualizing them. I mean, for objectifying women in general. So when you watch this, like, they got that scene where they're all in bikinis and everything. I mean, I look down at my dick, and my dick is like, no, this is not the time. Respect them for what they do.
Some of them are 17.
Well, yeah, that's all I kept thinking. I'm like, they just graduated high school. No.
Yeah, but as actors, they're a little older than that. I hope.
I know, right?
Yeah, not much.
You can keep that subway card, buddy.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it.
You and Jared.
It's okay. My dick was feminist by the time this was done. My dick didn't get hard for them, but y'all know who it was for. My boy Zac Efron was up there. I was like, wow, I'm awake right now. That boy's talented right there. That boy's really good, man. He's
Oscar-worthy really performance.
As far as I'm concerned, hell yeah. Rubbing down with some meat. I like to get my meat on some of this.
Damn it.
Now, here's the thing, man. Zac Efron, I will say this about him. Like, he is kind of he is a piece of meat in the movie. I'm supposed to be portrayed that way, but Zac Efron's a funny guy.
Yeah, he is.
He really, I don't know if it's just these movies or these people he's working with, but he's never been better than he has in these Neighbors movies.
Well, I know early in his post high school musical career, I had like a lot of hope for him. I was like, man, the kid's talented. He's gonna go places. Then there's We Are Your Friends and Dirty Grandpa. You just kind of go like, well, maybe not.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that everybody, like Hollywood, thinks that they're going to make money off of him because he's a good-looking guy. He can't sell movies, man. No. The reason why this movie's selling is because of Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
That's exactly the reason why. It's not a perfect movie. Not by a long shot. Because as silly as this world is, the writing at the end of it, it felt like they wrapped this up a little too quickly.
I liked what they chose for the resolution of it because I didn't really see it coming. But, to Corey's point, it wanted to get out of there. It was like, hey, there's no reason to bore you.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen.
It didn't linger.
No, it doesn't linger. I just thought like, all right, somebody behind the camera said, wrap it up, and like, oh, okay, this happens and this happens. Goodbye, people. And some of them, like I can tell a rush edit. I'm gonna say it's not gonna be a rush editing job, but I can tell sort of an assembly line factory.
I know what you mean.
Editing job when you see it. There's nothing really creative about the transitions. Scenes end without being funny. They just had to cut this movie and get it out.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this a lot, man. Like I said, it's rare that you not only get a sequel that is funnier and better, but also it has a statement to make, and it makes it well. I'm caught between giving this a low full price or a high matinee, but I don't know, man. I was laughing.
Wait till Zac Efron pops up on screen to give it your rating. Go for it. Better than sex.
But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a low full price. I mean, because I besides just rubbing myself to him, I was genuinely laughing through the whole thing. Like I was getting some really hard laughs from it. So, Mr. Goodwin over there.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I said, I completely agree with you on this being much better than the first one. And the other thing is, I'm really happy that they did. And we were talking about this right before the show started. Is that a lot of the stuff they have in the trailers doesn't even show up in the movie. So you could tell they showed this to people, and they were like, "What should we take out? What should we, leave in there?" And they was like, "All right, y'all repeating a lot of stuff from that first one. Cut some of that out." And I think I really enjoyed what they did with there. Again, the runtime short. The majority of the jokes were effective, and there was that underlying tone of we have a message to send here, and we're gonna do it. And with that, I'll give it an enthusiastic matinee.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the jokes being cut out, usually a sequel like this would just overdo the airbag gag. And from the trailer, it looked like they were going to.
Yeah.
But thankfully, in the finished product, no, they kept it like, no, this is where we need it. We'll use it here. It's not even going to take over the movie
They
at
use
all.
that gag just to sell the movie.
Right. But thankfully, it's not there. And it does way more right than it does wrong. It's quite enjoyable. Not perfect, but like Corey, I give it an enthusiastic matinee.
Okay. I approve of that. I like the way you may pass now.
What would have happened if we would have gave it a rental? I know, right? You like cash and check?